Let me ask you something honestly. When was the last time you actually looked at your cholesterol report and truly understood it? Not just hearing you're borderline and leaving with a prescription, but actually knowing what those numbers mean for your heart, your arteries, and your future health over the next couple of decades. Because here's the reality most men over 45 overlook. LDL cholesterol, often labeled as the bad type, doesn't create dramatic warning signs. It doesn't suddenly cause pain or give you a moment where you realize something is wrong. Instead, it works quietly. Year after year, it builds up inside your arteries without making any noise. This can go on for many years before anything shows up on a scan or becomes serious. And the frustrating part is, you can feel completely fine. Your energy might be decent, you have no obvious symptoms, and everything seems normal, except for that one number that slowly keeps rising. Now imagine this scenario. 8 weeks from today, you get your blood tested again. Your doctor looks at the results and asks, "What did you change?" Because your LDL has dropped by 20 or even 30 points without taking medication. That's not unrealistic. That's what targeted and consistent lifestyle adjustments can do for many people. And today, I'm going to walk you through 9 proven strategies that can help you get there. But stay with me until the later part, because I'll also reveal 2 popular supplements that people believe help cholesterol naturally, yet one may contain a kidney-damaging toxin, and the other has been associated with serious liver problems. I'll explain both and show you safer alternatives. Let's start with the first and most important strategy, the foundation that affects everything else. Most people try to lower LDL by cutting out fat completely. The assumption is simple: less fat equals lower cholesterol. But that idea is only partially correct, and the wrong part is what people focus on. The truth is, not all fats behave the same way. Saturated fats, like those in butter, coconut oil, full-fat dairy, and fatty cuts of meat, reduce the activity of LDL receptors in your liver. These receptors are responsible for removing LDL from your blood. When they become less active, LDL builds up in circulation. On the other hand, polyunsaturated fats, found in foods like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, do the opposite. They increase the activity of those receptors, helping your body clear LDL more effectively. Research published in major nutrition journals, analyzing dozens of controlled trials, shows that replacing saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats leads to significant LDL reductions, often around 8 to 12% or more. Monounsaturated fats, such as those in olive oil, avocados, and almonds, also play a role by supporting good cholesterol, HDL, while helping manage LDL levels. So what does this mean in practical terms? Swap butter for extra virgin olive oil and make it your default cooking fat. Add a handful of walnuts daily, about 30 grams. Include fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel 2 to 3 times a week. Bring avocados into your meals regularly. The key idea here is not removing fat, but upgrading it. That shift alone can lead to noticeable improvements within 6 to 8 weeks. Now let's move to strategy 2, which surprises many people: your coffee habit. I once had a patient doing almost everything right, yet his LDL levels barely improved. After reviewing his routine, we found the issue. He was drinking French press coffee daily. Coffee contains a compound called cafestol, which directly interferes with the liver's ability to clear LDL. Unfiltered coffee methods, like French press, espresso, Turkish coffee, allow this compound to remain. Studies show that switching from unfiltered to paper-filtered coffee can reduce LDL by up to 15 points, sometimes even more. The solution is simple: use a paper filter. Drip coffee or pour-over methods remove most of the cafestol. If you love espresso or French press, just reduce how often you drink it. Many people who made this one change saw measurable improvements within weeks. Strategy 3 is one of the most powerful: soluble fiber. Your digestive system plays a major role in cholesterol regulation through something called bile acid recycling. Your liver uses cholesterol to produce bile acids, which help digest fats. Normally, most of these bile acids are reabsorbed and reused. Soluble fiber interrupts this process. It forms a gel in your gut that binds to bile acids, preventing their reabsorption. As a result, your body must use more cholesterol to produce new bile acids, lowering LDL levels. Scientific evidence shows that consuming about 7 to 10 grams of soluble fiber daily can reduce LDL by 5 to 10%. You can achieve this by eating oats, chia seeds, beans, lentils, apples, and citrus fruits. If needed, psyllium husk is a simple and effective supplement to help reach this target. Next is plant-based protein. Replacing some animal protein, especially red meat, with plant sources like legumes, nuts, and seeds, has been shown to lower LDL. This works partly because you reduce saturated fat while increasing fiber, but plant proteins themselves also influence cholesterol metabolism. Even moderate changes, like swapping a few meals per week, can lead to noticeable improvements. Strategy 5 involves physical activity and weight. Losing even 5 to 10% of body weight can significantly improve cholesterol levels. Exercise also plays a direct role. Cardio activities increase HDL and help reduce LDL, while strength training improves overall metabolic health. Additionally, exercise shifts LDL particles from small, dense, more harmful forms to larger, less harmful ones. Aim for about 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, along with 2 strength sessions. Strategy 6 focuses on your gut microbiome. Certain beneficial bacteria help break down bile acids, further supporting cholesterol reduction. Fermented foods like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and miso help build a diverse and healthy gut environment. This isn't a quick fix, it's about long-term support. Strategy 7 clears up a long-standing myth: eggs. For years, eggs were blamed for raising cholesterol, but current evidence shows that for most healthy individuals, eating 1 egg per day has minimal impact on LDL. The real issue is what you eat alongside eggs, like processed meats and butter. Now let's address something important: 2 supplements that may do more harm than good. First is red yeast rice. While it can lower LDL, it contains a compound identical to a statin drug. The problem is inconsistency and contamination. Some products contain citrinin, a toxin harmful to the kidneys, and there's no strict regulation ensuring safety. The second is concentrated green tea extract in capsule form. While drinking green tea is beneficial, high-dose extracts have been linked to serious liver injury. The issue is the concentration, far higher than what you'd get from normal tea consumption. Here's the takeaway: lasting improvements don't come from one single change. They come from combining multiple strategies. Diet patterns like the Mediterranean diet work so well because they bring all these elements together. When you combine better fats, more fiber, plant proteins, exercise, and gut health, the effects compound. Think about it. Olive oil supports your liver, fiber removes bile acids, fish enhances fat balance, filtered coffee removes a hidden risk, and fermented foods improve gut function. Individually, these changes are small. Together, they create real, measurable results. And here's something important to remember: the people who succeed aren't perfect, they're consistent. They stick with small changes over time. Cholesterol reflects your habits, and the habits you build over the next few months will show clearly in your next blood test.